Okay, welcome back. This is the second part. Looks a little bit different, but let's go ahead and put all the dimensions into play. I'm going to head over to Paint. And once again, start with the overall length, width, and height. So even though the corners have shifted, that does not mean you cannot place a dimension there. This means that your extension line, or the line that extends past the object, is going to be slightly longer. So we're going to have a dimension over here. We're also going to have our height dimension from there to perhaps here. Okay, and we're also going to have our depth dimension, or once again recall how far the part goes back. So that's best seen from the top view, or sometimes the side view is also fine. So that's going to be over here, because this here is the top view. Okay, so we have our three overall dimensions in place. Now we just need to dimension any other features. So we have these these chamfers here in a sense. So let's go ahead and take care of those. We're going to put a dimension from here to here. And it's a smaller dimension, so it's not going to be past the larger dimension. Smaller always goes next. We're also going to put a dimension from here to the line. If it lets me. Okay. And we're going to need a dimension as well from here to here. And one of the reasons we need this dimension is just because the irregularity of those angled parts. So because this angle and this angle are different, in order to actually design this part, we're going to need to know what these measurements are in order to put that together. Okay, and lastly, we need the top part up here. Okay, and hopefully you've noticed that all of my dimensions are on this front view, and that's because it shows those features the best. Over here, there's no contours, it's all just a flat straight line, and we have hidden lines, which you don't want to dimension to. So the best view to dimension this part is via the front view, except for the depth, because you can't see the depth via the front view. Okay, so you might be wondering why we don't need to dimension these angled parts here. That's because if I know what this is, I know what this is, and I know what the overall length is, as well as these two dimensions, you could subtract the bigger minus the smaller, and you can come up with the length of that line. Or if you actually just drew out the rest of it, there would only be one possible solution for this line. If you drew out the other lines based on those measurements, there would only be one way you could draw these ones. Okay, so that took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dimensions to fully dimension this part. Okay, hopefully you're starting to get it. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.